What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day today, and I hope it gets even better from watching this video, because today we are talking about confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, and how to really work on that so you can have your best year yet. If you followed my videos for the last month, we've talked so much about setting goals and just how to really have the best year yet, and I feel like this is a missing piece. You may have set the smartest goals in the world, but if you don't have a good self-worth and a good confidence to back it all up, it's going to be a lot more difficult. Doesn't mean it's going to be impossible. I've definitely done so many things back in the day when my self-worth was at a -10. So it's possible, it just makes it much harder and also much less enjoyable. I've covered this topic before, but I have more tips and tricks and exercises to make this as simple as possible and like super straightforward. And that is how I like to make my videos. So if you're new here, I'm Nika. Hi. I make videos about self-development, and again, I just like to make them in a very strategic, organized way, because that's how my brain works. And if that's how your brain works as well, I hope you stick around and I hope you find my videos helpful. And if you want to continue these chats, you can also check out my social media. And without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, we're gonna start these tips off with a very, very important part, and that is to clearly understand what value and worth is and how it works, because I am a firm believer that awareness of a problem is a problem half solved. Like, once you really get it, you understand where your self-worth issues come from, how it all works, it honestly loosens up like just the little knot in your mind that is making this so difficult. So when we value something, we recognize that it has worth. So that means it's either beneficial, useful, or important to us, okay? And that means that value and worth are completely subjective. What I find valuable and worthy might be completely different to what you find valuable and worthy. That's why we have different careers. That's why we surround ourselves with different people. That's why we spend our free time in different ways. We all value different things. Of course, a lot of them overlap, but it is totally subjective. Let's start with a very simple example. We've got a kid who was born very creative, and that creativity expressed itself in music. Okay, that came naturally to him. He just picks up a little instrument and he's a genius, okay? But he grew up, let's say, in a culture, in a family that did not value that, okay? So let's say his dad was a professional athlete, so he wanted to have a son that was just like him and was amazing at sports. So you can imagine that this little boy grows up feeling like his unique traits and talents are not worthy and are not valuable. And because his dad, let's say, pushed him so much in the direction of sports and he wasn't a natural in that, he feels like, I'm just not good enough. Like, I just am bad at everything. I am not worthy, yada, yada, yada. And that obviously affected his confidence and his self-esteem. Now, let's say we've got the same kid, okay? Same traits, same talents, genius. But he grows up in a family that values those traits, that values music and creativity. So he grows up being supported in that and encouraged. And therefore, as you can imagine, this kid feels like, oh my God, I'm amazing. Like, I am worthy, I'm valuable, because what I can offer is seen all around me as valuable because everyone's just encouraging me. Of course, that's going to positively affect his confidence, his self-esteem. These two kids have the same traits, the same talents, copies of each other, and yet one feels like he is amazing and worthy and valuable and confident, and the other one feels the opposite. So is this kid, the one who grew up in a family that doesn't support this, is he actually unworthy and unvaluable? Or did he just grow up in a family that did not see the value? So as you can tell, worth and value are completely subjective, and they're also circumstantial. They're based on your own specific needs. What I find valuable is different to what you find valuable because we have different needs. An amazing way to kind of start working through your self-worth issues that come a lot of the time from your family and your upbringing is through therapy. That's personally helped me so much. Of course, you can do so much on your own, and I hope this video helps you as much as possible, but it really is helpful to have someone there to guide you and support you through it. And an amazing resource if you want to try out therapy is BetterHelp, and this video is actually sponsored by them. Obviously, starting therapy can be a little scary sometimes, so BetterHelp makes the whole experience a lot easier and a lot more comfortable. It's online therapy, and it's totally up to you if you want to do it through a phone call, a video chat, or even through messages. And you can schedule therapy sessions at a time that works for you and from the comfort of your own home. BetterHelp basically connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. If you want to try it out, I'll have a link in the description box, or you can visit betterhelp.com/Nika. But it's really easy to get started. You basically fill out a questionnaire to assess your specific needs, and then you'll get matched with your therapist in most cases within 48 hours or less. They have over 30,000 therapists in their network, so you have access to a much wider range of expertise than there might be available in your area. And if you're first matched with a therapist, it doesn't feel like the right fit, which can actually be really common when you first start therapy, you can really easily switch to a new therapist at no additional cost, which is amazing. Over 4 million people have used BetterHelp to live a happier and healthier life. As you guys know, I've personally used therapy for many, many years, and I've seen such a huge change and improvement in my life. So I hope you can find the right fit and get the same benefits as I have. Again, you can click on the link in my description box or visit betterhelp.com/Nika. That will actually give you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp, so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. Okay, now that we understand that self-worth and value is completely subjective, it's circumstantial and based on our needs, let's uncover our own unique worth and value. So you're gonna list every possible reason why your traits and talents are valuable and worthy. To make this more straightforward and more simple, you're gonna write 3 lists. I did not come up with this, by the way. This is from a book called How to Love Yourself. I always have the books that have helped me on my journey linked down below, so you can check that out if you feel the need to. But the first list is going to be your traits and talents, and then reasons for why they are valuable and worthy and why they can be good and amazing. So an example here, my trait is that I think in a very organized way. So write that down, and then why can that be good? I can teach people in a very clear and effective way. I make it easy to understand, blah, blah, blah. If you need help, ask the people around you. Just make it someone who loves you and cares for you, okay? There's no time for criticism here. Not a time and a place. You can also check out, there's lists of character traits online. You can just Google it and then go through it and see oh yeah, I think that's me. But again, write reasons for why this is good and amazing. That is a very, very important part. Do not skip this. You can write it in your notes on your phone so you can keep adding to it when you think of something. That is amazing because you want to get into a mindset of where you're kind of looking for the things that are good about you, because we all know how to criticize ourselves. It's very easy. As we know, it's very easy to point out all the bad. And with this list, you can kind of get into the mindset of pointing out the good, because do you really need to keep going on and on about all the ways in which you are not great? You already know all of it. There's nothing new to discover, okay? So let's start seeing the positive. And so you can have this list on your iPhone and then keep adding to it so that you're kind of in the mindset of just exploring and thinking of new ways in which you are good and amazing. Okay, list number 2, your past successes and contributions. Big or small, does not matter. Anything you can think of, the more you write, the better. And again, keep adding to it. Here you can write down, I won a spelling bee when I was 7. Anything goes, okay? With contributions, it's things like, I helped my cousin through a breakup, or when my friend was going through yada, 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 I helped her move out and we found a better place. Just anything where you contributed positively to someone or something. Don't you dare feel bad about writing down the ways that you are great and thinking that it all of a sudden makes you a narcissist or conceited, okay? It is a fact. You've done these things, write them down as a fact. I get so passionate about this because I know how I used to be, and I was so worried that I'm gonna become this selfish, narcissistic person if I dare to see how I can be great also. And trust me, from my own personal experience, it does not make you that way. It actually makes you a way better human being because you feel good about yourself and your cup is overflowing and you have a lot more to add to other people's lives, and you're also just way more enjoyable to be around. Do you think that if you were a narcissist, you would be doing this right now? You would be watching this video, you would be even thinking about how you seeing yourself in a positive way could make you worse? Obviously not. So please just throw that out the window. It is irrelevant. It is false. It does not matter. Enough. The last list, you're going to write your potentials. So potential things you can do with these incredible traits and talents that you have. So if in the first list you wrote, I am a good writer, your potentials can be, I can write an amazing book. I can write instructions to XYZ because I'm so good at explaining things. I can write incredible articles about this and this topic. Anything goes. Again, as many things as possible. and you're a winner. Okay, let's do another silly little example just to really bring home the fact that what you find worthy and valuable is completely based on your needs. It helps you to handle rejection and people not seeing your own value and worth so much better, okay? So let's say I grew up in a family that was very poor, and obviously that came with a lot of struggles. So I promised myself that I will create a different life for myself. That is the number one thing I find worthy and valuable, is to be successful and have the financial freedom that I never had. And it makes sense that I would want this, right? It makes sense that I would need this based on the way I grew up. So now I meet this person, let's say a potential friend, and we kind of hit it off, but this person is like the typical happy-go-lucky, I just want to live my life, I want to experience things, I want to have fun, I want to meet people, I don't really care to be successful or like have a lot of money, I just want to enjoy my life. In the scenario that I've painted, I do not value those traits because all I want to do is be successful, make enough money, and have the freedom that I never had. That means I value people who will help me get there, who will maybe inspire me or motivate me. I value circumstances that help me get there. And now I've met this person with all of these traits, and none of them fit into what I actually need and value at this point in my life. So let's say I reject this person. Wouldn't be such a shame if this person handled this rejection as like, oh, obviously I'm just not worthy. I'm just like not good enough. I am not smart enough. I'm not this enough. Like, you right now in this example can clearly see how all those traits that this other person has, let's call her Sarah, are insanely valuable and worthy. They're amazing. I just do not see them as valuable right now because my needs are different. Someone else might meet Sarah and be like, oh my God, I've been looking for this person my whole life. Girl, I just want to have fun too. Let's go here and do this and do that. Do you see what I mean? I know these examples are kind of like silly, but it really helps you to see, because we, again, all hear this all the time. Like when you break up with a guy, your friend is like, well, he just doesn't get it. He just didn't see how amazing you are. What an idiot, blah, blah, blah. And we kind of just, it goes like in one ear out the other. And it's one thing to logically understand something and a whole other thing to really, really get it. Let me tell you, when I did not see my worth, I was chasing people that I had no business chasing, that clearly did not see my value and my worth, or at least they didn't act like they did. And the reason why you do that, if you are the same way, is because you're trying to prove to yourself otherwise. If you see yourself as having no value and no worth, and now if you can get this Chad guy to finally love you, even though you kind of feel like he clearly doesn't and he doesn't treat you great, but if you can convince him and get him to love you and commit to you, then that must mean that you are valuable, because Chad is clearly God and he is the one who decides. It will never work. Even in this relationship, you will have to keep convincing him, and you will keep using external factors to try to prove yourself. And you will never truly feel worthy and valuable, because it will always be dependent on what you are doing and how other people are reacting to you. And that is not a very nice way to live. And it is usually not very authentic, and it doesn't make you feel great. So do not chase what is not for you, because you always know, usually from the beginning, if something is not for you. You're recreating scenarios in the hopes that it will turn out differently. Why are you doing this to yourself? So grab your journal and genuinely ask yourself, if I'm being honest with myself, why do I keep going after people who don't see me as valuable and worthy? And that can be in dating, friendships, whatever, doesn't matter. Your self-esteem will grow so much once you actually allow yourself to be with people in circumstances, go after opportunities where your natural traits and talents shine and other people can see it. And it's not this massive struggle, this climb up a massive hill that you've been going on. If you need to, write a list of people, places, circumstances where you felt like you were actually worthy and valuable. It was just natural. You just felt good about yourself. And then you kind of have a roadmap for like, okay, I know in these scenarios with these kinds of people, I feel worthy and valuable and amazing. I will keep finding those kinds of places, keep putting myself in those environments, keep meeting people who are like that and giving those people a chance. If I all of a sudden started surrounding myself with people who did not see my worth and value, Of course it would affect my confidence. How could it not? Of course it would affect the way I feel about myself. I would not feel good. And you are a person with free will and an ability to make decisions for yourself, so start making different decisions, because these people, these circumstances where you keep feeling like this are not it. And they're never going to be it. You're never going to feel worthy and valuable and convince yourself in that way. It's just not going to work ever. Has it worked so far? No. Okay, let's stop then. It's like if you were building a business, one of the first things you do is set your target audience. This is who we're creating this product for. This is who this business is for, and we are gonna do everything to reach those people. That is what you need to do, because you have your own amazing traits and talents, as you saw in that exercise, and now you need to find the right people, the right circumstances for that to shine. Okay, let's take advantage of that uniqueness. So obviously you have your traits, your talents, and you now hopefully understand that you are valuable and worthy in your own unique way, and that is totally subjective, and it's based on people's needs and circumstances. So obviously not everyone is going to find your traits and talents valuable and worthy, or your personality as a whole, and that is okay. By you finally seeing your worth and value doesn't mean that everyone else will. It just means that you're choosing people who do. So focus on what you have instead of what you lack. Those lists are a perfect way to start doing that and keep adding to them. And also understand that you do not have to be good at everything. That is actually very counterproductive. I used to do this all the time. I am a perfectionist. I'm working on it. It's gotten much better. And I also had very low self-worth. So what I would do is I would try to be amazing at everything. I would try to prove to everyone that I am good at this. The thing that you value, I'm good at it. The thing that you value, I'm good at it. You know, just to get that sense of I am worthy. Everyone, I am worthy. Please someone see it. Please someone make me see it. And that is usually a waste of your time and your talents. Of course, it's amazing to be open-minded, to learn about the world. But if you're trying to be amazing at everything, you're usually missing the incredible traits and talents that you inherently have that come naturally to you. When you lean into those, that's when the magic happens. So of course you can keep an open mind, but put more time and effort into the things you are naturally good at, the things where you naturally just shine. It comes easily to you. And learn more about them, get better at them. That is how you become successful, in my personal opinion. If you look at successful people around you, or the successful people that are in the public eye, they are usually amazing, and they have honed in on a few very specific traits that made them as successful as they are. That doesn't mean that they're stupid in other areas, or not open-minded, or not intelligent. They just put so much time and effort and energy into those and develop them. So again, lean into the things you're naturally good at, the things you shine in, and the things that make you feel good also, the things you enjoy doing, of course. Instead of trying to be amazing at everything, or trying to fit into specific boxes and things that other people value that just don't come naturally to you. Imagine if I was trying to be an Instagram model and my inspiration was Kim Kardashian, because I think that that is what people find worthy and valuable, because she's so successful. She's obviously beautiful, but imagine me, this person right here, trying to look like Kim Kardashian. Obviously, I would fail. Obviously, I would look very, very silly. And also, it would take so much more effort than if I just honed in on the natural traits that I already have and just leaned into those. It would take much less effort. It would be much more authentic, and it would come from a better place than trying to be like someone else just because that is what someone out there or the culture or society finds valuable and worthy right now. There are so many people who will find your traits and your talents as valuable. Trust me, there are. I used to doubt this also, but you know why I did that? Because I was constantly surrounding myself with people who did not see my own worth and value, and I was constantly putting my energy into those people. So I just thought that everyone is like that. And no one will obviously see my worth and value. It's like you're looking for your keys and you've been looking in one specific area this whole time. They're clearly not there, but you keep looking there, even though there's a whole room that you can choose from to find your keys in this silly example. A really good little tip that you can use is start telling yourself and other people, that's just not my thing. That is one of my favorite sentences. I use and abuse it probably. Let's say I get a business opportunity and they're like, Nika, do you want to take on whatever? And I intrinsically can feel, and once you kind of start developing your self-worth, your intuition about what is and isn't for you will get so much stronger. So I, in those scenarios, say, that's just not my thing. Thank you for the offer. It's very generous. I am so happy you had me in mind. But that's just not my thing. It is just not my thing, and that's okay. You don't have to be amazing at everything. You do not have to please everyone. And once you hone in to your specific talents and traits and shine and feel amazing in them, you will start to get this also. You won't have to listen to a video of someone trying to desperately convince you. You will just know because you see the effects it has on how you feel about yourself and your life. And when other people will value something else, you'd be like, that's just not my thing. It's fine. Good luck to you. Amazing. It's just not my thing. And it doesn't have to be. It's fine. Your relationship with yourself is truly the most important thing you have in this world because it impacts every single thing in your life. It impacts your relationship, your career, your success, your finances. It impacts everything. And wherever you go, there you are. I can't even explain all the ways that my life has improved once I started working on my self-worth and my confidence. It is truly night and day. So my point is, it is worth it to work on this. It is actually more simple than you think, but it does take time and continuous effort. But once again, it is so incredibly worth it. And I hope these exercises help you. And I hope you can start to feel that within yourself and really get it. Because once you do, there is no going back. You have this forever and no one can ever take it away from you. It is so powerful and so magnetic, and yeah, I just really hope you get to experience it. It really is worth all the effort. So that's it for this video. I'm losing my voice. I've been recording for so long, but I hope you guys liked it. Make sure to subscribe if you want to stick around and check out my social media, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.